Well, hello there, and welcome to Mind Your Business. I'm Jennifer Anderson, Executive Director of the Georgina Chamber of Commerce and host of the show. Well, back in December, the Chamber hosted the Business Excellence Awards and Mayor and Council's Milestone Awards here at the Lincoln Sutton, and it was a great success. Of course, every year we hold this event to not only showcase local businesses, but showcase success in our community, success in businesses, and also milestones, longevity and long service and success in this community. So over the last couple of shows, we've been highlighting some of those winners and recipients of the awards, and we want to do that today. So I have three guests with me today who are all recipients of awards at that gala night. Let me introduce them to you now, and I don't think they need any introduction, but I'll do it anyway. Sandra Hutchings is the co-owner of Hutchings Farms and the winner of this year's Agricultural Business Award. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, Jen.
Thank you so much for being here. I am going to talk to you. Hold that spot, and I will talk to you soon a little bit about your award and about your achievements this year.
That's great. Looking forward to it.
We also have Frank Sebo, and Frank is the co-owner of the Sutton General Store right here in Sutton. Hi, Frank.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. And last but not least, we have David Metherall. He is the broker of Remax Team Metherall, also the winner of this year's Community Spirit Award. Hi, Dave.
Hi, and thank you again for inviting us on your show.
Well, thank you for being here. It's funny enough, we talked a little bit in one of our previous shows about giving back to the community and really looking at ways that you could promote and give back to this community. You were on that show. You talked a little bit about it. So very fitting that you are the recipient of this year's Community Spirit Award.
Well, thank you very much.
So I guess, first of all, let's talk about Team Metherall. For anybody who doesn't know, what is Team Metherall? Who makes up that team?
Okay, so Team Metherall, we're real estate agents in the Georgina area. It started with my brother Wally, who's a little over 35 years in the industry in Georgina. I'm 30 years in the industry. Then there's Cole, my nephew, my sister-in-law Cindy, my wife Debbie. We have some other agents, Michelle Naylor, Lauren Gerard, we have Stephanie Phillips and Dan Van Loon. So all of those, and Christina Cole is our client care coordinator. So how Team Metherall came about was in the beginning of COVID, pre-COVID, Wally and Cole and I had discussed many times about joining our forces and creating a team rather than running as independent agents. When COVID came along, we thought that things were going to slow down and we would actually have time to build a team properly. Joining as partnerships really wasn't what we were looking for, because what we wanted to do is, be a lot larger than we were individually. And not just from a business level, selling more real estate is always a goal, but being more present in the community. And if we joined our resources and joined our strength with our team, then we were able to make a larger impact in the community. Put on some great events and just offer a lot more support for the Georgina area. Unbeknownst to us, COVID meant that real estate lit on fire and went crazy. Prices shot up, real estate doubled in sales, and all of that happened. But we did manage to keep our eye on the goal of giving back to the community, and it really did work for us. So that's kind of how the team grew. Our intention was to try to recruit agents to work with us on our team, not just agents that were successful in selling real estate and dealing with people, but more so people that were like-minded and wanted to really invest into our goal as far as Georgina representatives. And everyone that's on our team is exactly that. They're there supporting the town every day.
Well, and I was going to say that the whole point of a team and the way that a team works well together is being like-minded, working together and having that same vision and goal. So certainly, finding like-minded individuals who are passionate about this community would be key to your success, I would imagine.
Absolutely. And we were very fortunate. We attracted some terrific people, and a couple of the members on our team had worked on other teams in the past, and they felt that it was all business, business, business. There was no fun to it, but doing what we do, you have to really enjoy what you do, and the more you love it, the better you are at it. So that's what we do.
So why is that so important? Why is giving back to the community so important for you?
Well, I'm a local resident, born and raised in Keswick, and I was just raised in that environment. The families of Georgina that have supported the town, since I can remember. The LaRue families and the Baden's, SMB Motors. All of those families that put themselves out there just so us as kids growing up had something to do. I take my hat off to the Miami Beach group that's saving the hall. I mean, I remember going to do the do-si-do in Young's Harbor Hall, which is long gone, but the Miami Beach Hall has survived, and it cannot survive without local people giving back. And because I was raised in that environment, I think that it's really who we've become. I've was a volunteer firefighter for 10 years in Keswick. We've was part of the Santa Claus Parade Committee in Keswick for 21 years. And, everything that we give back, you have to give to get. And our town is full of, people like us that just continue to support. I think of Paul and Cheryl Thompson in the Optimist Club. I mean, those people just continue to support this town, and that's what makes Georgina great.
So hearing you answer that question, hearing the passion that you have for the community, it makes sense that you and your team would be recipients of the Community Spirit Award. How does that make you feel? Is that great recognition? Is it just par for the course and you're moving on to the next event?
Well, I mean, we're truly grateful to win the award, and I know when we did some interviews, working up to the award, we're really grateful, but somewhat humbled. I mean, I look at the award and think, wow, what a great achievement, but I kind of in the back of my mind thinking, doing great things and doing nice things for the community doesn't need to be about recognition. I don't need a pat on the back for me to continue to do what we do. But on the other hand, to win an award and for us to winning an award kind of makes it feel like we did make a difference. And when we're finished being Team Metherall, we'd like to look back and say that, yeah, you know what, we did make a difference in keeping Georgina great, and that award kind of spells it out for us. But we are humbled by it, and I would never want to feel like we were the best at it, because every one of us on this show right now could name 5 people that do just as many great things as us. And again, Georgina is very strong with good-hearted people.
Yeah, well, and I see that. I see that with your answer as I ask you a question about what you do, and you tell me about different families and different businesses and organizations that exist in this community. As we head into a new year, what happens next? What's next for Team Metherall?
Well, more of the same in some parts. We're always, becoming more public since we joined our forces. We've, we started receiving a lot more asks for help, support, and sponsorship. So we've put together a program that, we want to know more about who this affects and who it helps. and we invite people to contact us in regards to not just resources like financial support, but our team likes to get involved as well. So our goal this year is to work with the town of Georgina as far as the movie nights and things like that. But we're also looking at adding some other additional events to help out with the community.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here with us today, for telling us a little bit about Team Metherell, and congratulations for winning the Community Spirit Award.
Thank you. And it's an honor to be on your show as always.
Thank you, Dave. We're going to talk to Sandra now. Sandra is the recipient of this year's Agricultural Business Award. Sandra, first of all, tell me a little bit about Hutchings Farm.
Gosh, so it has been a journey to get to be where we are here today. We started out with a small flock of sheep, some egg-layer chickens, and a family garden. And I was selling produce off of my porch. Word catches on when you have farm fresh eggs. And we ended up needing a farm store for farm gate sales, as well as an e-commerce site to sell things on social media.
And that's one of my favorite parts of your story, is that you didn't grow up on a farm. You don't come from a long lineage of farmers. This was something that you've really learned and incorporated. It's encompassing in your life now.
And I think that's what maybe makes my social media so exciting, is I'm excited about it and I'm experiencing things along with you, and I get to do stuff that's pretty cool, and I enjoy that.
So just by name, Hutchings Farm suggests that this really is a family business. It's a family venture. Am I correct in that?
You are absolutely correct. I could not do this without my family. And you have to make it fun. You have to make it interesting. For my kids, it's educational, and we really do have a good time together, but we couldn't do it without each other.
Yeah. You talked a little bit about where you started. Where are you at today in terms of the types of products and services that you offer?
So right now we're out of season, but we still at the farm have on your honor egg sales. I'm taking appointments. We still have our pasture raised chickens available for sale. So basically, I'm running my business on my phone. I have a regular customer base that reach out to me that I can supply what they need. And in the summer months, we are hoping to ramp up. We're open to suggestions on growing, and maybe more pick your own farm gate events, just full on transparency, maybe on long weekends, to have the customers come in and see what we're doing and why we're doing it. Customer service, I pride myself on the customer service, being able to talk about what I'm doing and to share and get input just from our customers. We have a great community.
We do. We certainly do. And you are also actively involved in the community, whether it's a raffle over the holidays or just investing your time in different events that take place.
And like Dave said, I really felt Dave. Both Kevin and I grew up in this community, and we're raising a family in this community. The community supports us, and we in turn, we want to support it back. I think we have just great resources available. There's lots of agriculture, past and present, in Georgina. People drive past farms every day on a daily basis and probably don't give it much thought. Just being involved and bringing awareness to agriculture, whether it be farm gate sales or the larger producers, I think that's important for our community.
Well, and that was my next question, because you are the recipient of this year's Agricultural Business Award, but I want to know how that feels to you and your family, but also why is that so important? Why is having an agricultural award so important, to recognize these local agri businesses?
Definitely, it's an honor to be nominated, and it's a greater honor to win the award. Um, we truly are humbled by it. I mean, the one thing that brings us all together is food. I think about it a lot. I think about it every morning when my son comes down the stairs at 8 a.m. and says, "What's for dinner tonight, Mom?" Just being able to have healthy options. There's so many local agricultural on-farm businesses that are doing a fantastic job. And same thing, just bringing awareness to not just our business, but to all the businesses in Georgina. I think it's just a great resource for people to connect with the Georgina Chamber of Commerce and see what is available in our community.
Very good. I asked this to David. I'm going to ask you, what happens next for Hutchings Farm? What's in store in 2023?
We're always just trying to do a better job, maybe having more products available, and just seeing every year is different of what the community is interested in. We try to provide, what people need in any given year, and hopefully do it better, improve on our quality, and just keep moving forward and having fun.
Yeah, I lied. One more question for you, because I always mention when you were on the show how amazing your social media is. And I didn't mention it today. You are impeccably punny, and there's always a great pun or always a smile when I read your social media posts. So I encourage everybody to head over to your posts to see them. But why is that so important to you? Why take that angle for your business?
I think I have a funny sense of humor. It's just one of those things that just comes out. I kind of see things differently. I see them positive, and you just have to be positive, and people enjoy it. You got to laugh, you got to have fun every day.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Jennifer. Always appreciate your support.
Amazing. It's well-deserved recognition for you. And for all of the 9 recipients who received awards this year. It's amazing to go through the process. The chamber is not involved with the judging process, and we're thankful for that, because it's difficult to be able to do. But 9 recipients received awards this year. 9 recipients were also receiving milestone awards. And what significant recognition for businesses who have been in business over 20 years in our community. The Sutton General Store is one of them. Joining us now is Frank Sebo, co-owner of the Sutton General Store. And Frank, tell me, first of all, before we get into that milestone award, tell me a little bit about the Sutton General Store and the journey that you've had since 1997.
Thanks, Jen. Well, like the other guests on the show today, our business is a family business. It's a sort of a 3-way partnership between my mom and dad and myself, with a lot of help from my brother and my 2 children, Samantha and Frank. As you said, we've been open since 1997, and we've always touted ourselves as the store to explore. We try to have an eclectic mix of old and new, quite a broad range of gifts and decor for home, cottage, garden, and a real good spattering of antiques and quality used items sort of mixed into the mix. It was a hardware store for a long time, this location, before we purchased it in 96, I think it was. So we've tried to come up with a name that sort of covered the wares that we sell, and we have a bit of everything. And we thought, well, general store was always traditionally the store you went to, not only to get what you needed, but to talk with your neighbors and find out what's going on in town. And so we've been the Sutton General Store since 1997, and we try to appeal to families. We've had really good support from local residents in terms of, you know, why we've been successful for 25 years. We wouldn't have been without their support, obviously. But Georgina is a real tourist destination, and we've had a lot of fun over the years welcoming tourists from all over the world to Georgina. It's amazing. And I make a point of asking everyone that comes through the door, where are you from? And you get the most amazing answers from Australia and England and South Africa, but a lot of people come up from around in the GTA. They come to Georgina to enjoy the uniqueness of our businesses. So we try and be one of those.
Well, and I certainly know that about you. You are a strong advocate of tourism in this community. You've done a lot for tourism and being on committees and being a part of planning and restructuring and defining what tourism is in this community. And I always think that it goes back to you in the store and talking to you about the types of customers that come in and how many tourists walk through your door and how many residents on repeat, you know, are repeat customers because of the items and the service and everything that the Sutton General Store provides. So is that an accurate portrayal? I mean, it really is. It runs the gamut of who walks through your door.
I think that's 100% accurate, Jen. As you were speaking, I'm thinking, you know what? And I've said this so many times, but I was a tourist here in this area before I moved here. And I think a lot of people were. And tourism is a vital component of what makes Georgina great. And when I said local residents have supported us over the years, it's not only year-round residents, it's summer residents and those folks that come back every year. And another thing I wanted to make a point of with regards to tourism from our perspective anyways, is almost every day someone comes in that lives in the area who's bringing family with them or guests that are visiting them from who knows where. And they always make a point, or they try to make a point of coming in our store and showing them. They're proud of what they have in their community, and they want to show it to their visitors as well. So it does run the gamut.
Yeah. With such a long stay on High Street in Sutton, has your business evolved over the years? I mean, certainly it has to because of its longevity, but in the types of products, in the service that you provide, you obviously have to ebb and flow with the times.
Definitely. Certainly, you know, things in our store have changed over the years. I mentioned that it had been a hardware store for years before we purchased the building. And so in the beginning, we did carry quite a wide range of hardware and power tools and nuts and bolts and all that sort of stuff. And over the years, that's sort of waned to the side, and we've added more of what we've been selling and what people have been interested in. We've tried to include locally made products when we've been able to, and tried not to step on other people's toes. I think that's been an important key to our success over 25 years. We've tried to stay in our lane and do what we're doing and do it the best that we can. You know, and Sandra mentioned customer service, and that's something that I think that we've tried to really do well. And it kind of comes naturally because it's a family business, and it's funny, those people that come in year after year, I speak to them and treat them like it's the first time they've ever been in the store. I don't know if it's because I don't recognize people readily or what, but people will be like, oh, we were here, you know, a month ago or a year ago, but I treat them like they're new every time. And I try and ask them, you know, if they need assistance. I try and find out where they're from, and the conversations that develop are amazing. And I think in a lot of cases, that's what brings people back.
Yeah. Yeah, you received a milestone award this year from the town of Georgina. Why is that important to you?
My dad's 88, my mom's 81. We've been in business together since 1997. Tried to be open every day, except for the day after Christmas and Christmas Day. And you know, as things have progressed, and with COVID, that really shook us up. Reevaluate what's important, and so now we're not open every day, 7 days a week, but for about 23 years we were. And you know, that's so we've worked hard at it. So to receive that award, it means a lot to us. It reminds me of my 40th birthday. Scrapbooking was big back then. And I received a scrapbook on my 40th birthday, and it made me cry like a baby because I saw pictures of my kids and myself. I didn't even remember the situation because I was just too busy doing my thing and day after day. And so to receive that award for 25 years of being in business, it really drove home for us. Hey, we've been in business 25 years. That's impressive. It's day by day, but before you know it, you snap your fingers and 25 years has gone by. And I mean, I always say that to folks with young children because mine are adult children now. But in the blink of an eye, they go from being a toddler to asking for the keys to your car. And the same sort of thing happens with the business. You just keep doing your thing day in and day out. And before you know it, 25 years has gone by. It's amazing.
So we only have about a minute left, but I want to know, is there a secret? I mean, obviously there's a lot of success that goes into that longevity and 25 years, but what to you is the key to that success?
That's a tricky question. For us, I think it's been our ability to work together. Mom and Dad and I, you know, it's been a true partnership since we opened. And you know, each of us have areas that we excel at, and we've sort of learned, you know, where to stay hands off and let the other one do their thing, and together we're a team, and it's reflective of the community. I think that's the case.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you so much, Frank, for being on the show. Congratulations for your 25 years and for receiving that recognition from the town.
I was hoping you were going to ask me what's next for us in 2023 because
tell me
Sandra
what's
mentioned
next.
Social media. You prompted her to speak about social media. When COVID hit and we were closed, I was close to developing some social media out of desperation, but primarily we've been a bricks and mortar store since we opened. We always have focused on that. We haven't really developed a social media presence. So I think in 2023, it might be time.
Yeah, yes. And I know who you can go to for some tips and tricks. It's the lady on the show with you. Thank you, Frank,
Thank you.
for being here. Thank you to all my guests today. For more information about the Business Excellence Awards, you can head to the Georgina Chamber website. Lots of information about our past recipients of this past year, and information about how you can nominate a business in 2023. On behalf of everyone here at the Chamber and Rogers TV, Georgina, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.